Welcome back. We're talking about an innovative and life-changing way that people are learning how to reclaim their brain. Now, he's the founding pastor of Mars Hill Bible Church, an author, and a father of three. Meet Pastor Rob Bell.
The nature of my work is essentially creative at its core. It's sermons, films, books. It's making things, generally with words and images. And so over the years, doing that means there are these times when you have to deliver. What happens is I developed all of these mechanisms to essentially crank up the adrenaline. And so over time I got used to that. Like, I got to create this next thing, so I guess it just takes everything. And then I'm going to turn it in, I'm going to share it with people, I'm going to finish it, and then there's going to be this collapse because it just took so much energy to do it. I would say that when I started this, I was reaping the consequences of years of living a particular way. My work is like lots of people's work. You have deadlines. There are moments when you have to get it done. And so your brain just kind of revs up. And so for many of us, what happens over the years is we begin to think that that's normal. And our body gets adjusted to that. I think a lot of people have that sense. Like if you ask them, let's take a moment and just breathe. I think a lot of people have that jarring sense of, oh my word, I am flying. I am not breathing enough. My heart is beating all over the place. My brain is bouncing from this thing to this thing to this thing to this thing. And just a couple of days of vacation isn't going to fix that. What was so illuminating and convicting for me was when I got to see how my brain actually looked. To see that there is this spectrum of brainwave activity. And this is science. This isn't some sort of woo, this is just science. Here's what your brain is doing. I think my first impression was like a lot of people, which is like, huh? Is this like weird, like, you know, gonna put rocks on your spine and you're gonna chant with bubbles or something? You know, like, is this gonna be some sort of thing? Or is this like a psychology, like, just tell me about your father? Or where does this, but when I came and it was hooked up to the computer and then you just see on the computer screen, this is what your brain is doing right now. All of the sudden, these reactions that things evoke out of you, when you see on a computer screen why that is. That's a really, really powerful thing. I remember having this experience with one of the screens and realizing that breathing wasn't just air coming in and out, but that breathing involved a particular posture, and that it was possible to begin to breathe deeply in such a way that my whole being relaxed. Okay, this is a breathing belt. You can see there's like a rubber stretchy thing. And then it's hooked into the screen, and so it can measure how your breathing is going. And then this is a heart monitor. Is that taped on there?
We're gonna go permanent there.
So
you can never remove it the rest of your life. Okay. So this right here is gonna measure heart rate variability. It's gonna pick up Rob's pulse, and we're gonna compare the heart rate variability with his breathing rate. The percentage number that we're looking on there tells us how well is the heart and the respiratory system connecting with each other. The more they connect, the greater resiliency within the nervous system, and the greater that the individual is able to manage stress. Most individuals go through their whole day and are never in a state of cohesion, so consequently they're stuck in a state of crisis, as if the world is collapsing around them when maybe it isn't.
This process has been life-changing. Especially I'm able to create now, to write and to speak just from a place of rest and calm. And so when I do have to get up for a deadline or something, it's just a totally different thing. I'm coming from a totally different place, and it makes all the difference.
So have these stories got you thinking about reclaiming your brain? Well, if so, we're going to tell you how next, so stay with us, please. Well, welcome back. By now you've heard some very personal stories about others who have been able to reclaim their brain and even to a bigger extent their life thanks to an innovative program. Dr. Timothy Royer is joining us again. Now, he's the keynote speaker for the upcoming Reclaim Your Brain series of seminars. Thanks for being back with us. Now, we just saw two very personal stories about how people's lives were changed. I mean, these are obviously just two of the many that you've dealt with. For you, what does it feel like seeing these stories and hearing people say, you know, this changed my life, this made a difference?
Well, you know what's amazing? My team and I, we've been able to see probably close to 40,000 individuals' brains.
Oh my gosh.
And just being able to see every story and how unique and special every single brain is, whether that's Chris or Rob or Johnny in Wichita, Kansas. You know, every brain is unique and has been created in a very, very special way. And it's just so inspiring every day to be able to do. I love my work. I love what I do, and I'm glad that I can bring hope to people's lives who are sometimes stuck in a system that's pushing them in a negative direction.
And that seems to be kind of like, you know, the thing that we kept hearing today. It's like finally all these people finally had hope. Like people had hope that things could be different in the future, that they would, you know, stop doing behaviors that they didn't really want to be doing. I mean, there is just that sense of hope from this as well.
Yeah, that's really at the core of who we are, is trying to bring hope and bring a change to basically an epidemic of poor diagnosis and inadequate treatment and overuse of medicine that exists within our society.
Well, as we mentioned, you are doing these seminars. So tell me a little bit about how the seminars work, what you talk about, you know, how they work for someone that might be interested in going.
Well, we have 3 dates this summer. We hope to provide them quarterly in Grand Rapids, but this summer, July 14, 15, and 16 are the 3 dates that we will be doing the summer series. And each night, it starts at 7 o'clock, goes for an hour and a half, and then we have a question and answer time. We'll be having different professional athletes there, different noted figures from the community that will be there telling their stories, much like Chris and Rob did. The first night, we're going to be focusing on depression, anxiety, and bipolar disorder. The second night, we're going to be focusing on pain, migraines, and sleep problems. And the third night, the 16th, we're going to be focusing on ADHD, learning disabilities, and memory issues. Every one of the lectures is free. It's an informative lecture for the community, and it's at Cornerstone University at Matthews Auditorium, 14, 15, and 16 at 7. Most of the information can be obtained at reclaimseries.com. We're asking a lot of people to go to reclaimseries.com. While you're there, there's an RSVP that you can do. We would like to know ahead of time how many people are coming. So if you can go to the website and do the RSVP, which is either by email or 1-800 number.
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much. Thanks very much for sharing all your experience with us today.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Now, thank you so much for joining us. For more information on how you can reclaim your brain and Dr. Royer seminars, visit reclaimseries.com.